I enjoy that all the people who are making AI are now saying we need to, I don't know, codify some laws against AI before it kills all of us.
What does that tell you?
It,
You know, it's right, right? I mean, have you ever seen anything like this?
yeah, it was called cyanide,
Well, okay.
chlorine gas.
Right, okay. I guess what I meant was like the early train barons were like, what we need to do? Regulate this industry. They were
Yes.
absolutely against that,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. But don't regulate us. Regulate the new people coming up who might not
Yeah,
have
yeah,
ethics like us,
The
who
ones
just
without
rammed
ethics.
AI violently into everything.
There's no such thing as a company with ethics.
Yeah, I agree with that. Everybody has ethics right up until you need to make some money, and then
That's right.
you're all whatever. Anyways, yeah, happy not Monday but Tuesday.
Let me ask you a question, Brad. This is kind of a theoretical.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to be sure. I want to be clear that this example. I literally. I read something. I put it aside. I'm going to write about it later, probably
Mm-hmm.
today. We'll see. And I literally asked the group of people I was with. I was like, "What do you call it when?" And then I went through this scenario. But then I read a book that was written by this former Commodore engineer, Bill Hurd, which is fantastic. And he had the perfect description. And he said, "Imagine a car company came up with a car with no brakes. And then the next year, everyone spent crashing into other cars and getting in accidents and everything. And then the next year, they added brakes, and then they celebrated themselves and bragged about it, like reliability or safety is up,
Mm-hmm.
200%. Like what do you call a company like that? I call that company Microsoft because that company is now bragging, or was bragging this past week at Build about how Windows 11 is like the most reliable. It's the most blah, 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 whatever. We've answered all this feedback. And there was like almost a standing ovation with like, we're adding back a tool or a taskbar feature we've had since 2001 or something. And it's like, but lost with Windows 11. Like, I don't understand. The one thing you could celebrate is we heard you and we're listening to your feedback and we're
Mm-hmm.
going to fix the problems that we created. But they act like they've done something wonderful. It's like the latest version of this product that's been around for 30 years or whatever, 35 years, is the best one yet. Yeah, it freaking better be. Why would it be the second best? I just, what do you call that? Pathological, Brad.
How do you
That's what you
feel
call
about headlines that say something, because it happens literally every year about this time?
it. Mm-hmm.
Next iPhone to be bigger and or better than existing iPhone.
Yeah, right. The minimum. That's the minimum. If it's not going to be better, don't make it. Why would you make something that's not as good?
Well, the good news, Paul Thurrott, is if you don't like Windows 11, you can now run Windows XP because somebody's been able to crack the activation.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
And I mean, it's been cracked in the past. I guess the big innovation here, if you will, is that it works offline.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do it at any time from anywhere. I don't recommend running XP.
No, not really.
But, it's a fun little nostalgia trip, I guess, for about 5 minutes. I wouldn't put it on the internet. I don't know. Get XP mode going.
Yeah. If you really want to live back the highlight of IE and all of its...
Yeah. I think the last supported version of IE on that product was 8. Am I right? I might be wrong about that. Something like that. And I think IE eventually went to, 11? And then they went to Edge after that, I think.
Yeah.
A little out of date.
A little bit. But if that's your thing.
It's some people's thing.
I mean, really, if you're going to throw caution to the wind and just run an old OS, run Windows 7 at least. Like choose the good one.
Yeah. Right. The one that would probably run most software today, unless it was artificially written not to work.
Yeah.
Although, increasingly that's going to be out of date too. It's 32-bit only, right? I think it's 7.
Yeah, that's probably about right.
Well, I feel like there was a... No, that's not true. I'm sorry.
Was there 64-bit stuff?
I think it was 32 and 64. I think they... in fact, I think even...
Oh, no, that is right.
Had 32
that
and
is
64.
right.
Yeah. Sorry, it's been so long. It's so long ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well. A lot of water under the bridge, Brad. And because it's Macungie, there's also like traffic cones and garbage. But, also water.
It's going to be a short, long week this week because nobody worked. I shouldn't say nobody. The U.S. was closed on Monday, and
we're going to be closed on Friday. It looks like, unless something changes.
yeah. So programming note: I'm on vacation next week, and I also have an engagement on Friday morning, and so there's going to be a little bit of pre-summer gap, if you will.
You should have timed this better. I could have really used this week off.
Yeah. Well, see, the absolute pro tip, Paul Thurrott, which we found only because my daughter's birthday is not this week, is that if you go on a beach vacation the week after this week, it's usually much quieter because most people take this week,
That's
right?
Of course. Yep. And where are you going?
We're actually going down to where George is.
Yeah, nice.
But not just like my whole, like legitimately my whole family is going. We're going to Orange Beach, Alabama. We usually go to Destin, which is right down there, but we're just trying a different spot. It's like, I mean, they're all within like an hour of each other. So
Yeah. You're driving.
I am driving.
How long is that drive?
It'll be with stops and food and everything. It'll be 12 hours door to door.
Yeah, it's a long drive.
It's a long drive. But,
I hope you're going to be stocked up with Little Mermaid DVDs and whatnot. Whatever people
let me explain something to you, Paul Thurrott. You don't run DVDs in the back of cars anymore.
I know. Well, you do in my sister's car, but yes, they actually have they had screens in the back and they have like little headphone things. Haven't been used since the kids were like 7 or something.
Yeah, one of those things that aged poorly. That's looked like a good idea at the time. Much like doing a daily podcast.
That never looked like a good thing.